Media TV, where the Fayetteville Bulldogs host here at Fayetteville High School in the Dog Pound, the Fort Smith Southside Mavericks, and I'm joined by head coach, Coach Brad Stemps. What's up?
Hey, Pat. How are you today?
Hey, it's a blessed day, Brad. I want to talk to you about tonight's game. You guys come in 16-4, 8-0 in the conference. What's been the temperature? I know this game got moved back a day due to the big game with Arkansas and Auburn, but what's been the preparation, even though with another extra day to prepare?
Yeah, it's, for us, it doesn't change. It's continuing to try to find things that we're not doing extremely well and try to get better at those. This time of the season, as a coach, you think about your team a lot. You think about how you're going to finish, but you also understand that, it's not just the next, 6 games in conference, it's postseason, and how are you going to put yourself in a position to be successful in that as well. And so we've pulled out a few things that we feel like we're not doing very well, and that's what we've focused on in practice.
Talk about Ornette. I know he went down a little banged up, as was Jaden Haney in the game at first, a bit Bill Wilson. I mean, how's the team health-wise heading into tonight's ball game, Coach?
I think we're about as healthy as we can be. We've got, just like everybody else, just bangs and bruises and tired bodies, but kids are resilient, and we feel like, we're pretty good to go.
Have you seen very many point guards like Jaden Haney come through Fayetteville High, Brad? I mean, it is the ceiling for this young sophomore basketball player, in the coach's opinion.
It's really high, Pat, for him. It's ceiling. I've shared that with so many people, and then they come and watch him play, and they leave with the same mind. This kid is an extension of our coaching staff. He does what it takes on the floor. He's the alpha. He's the voice, and other kids respond. But just his play, and he hasn't even began to scratch the surface of, as good as he's been, he hasn't scratched the surface of how good he's going to be, and that's exciting as a coach.
Brad, I know for his career ahead, I mean, the young man that's about to go out, just reached the 1,000-point club last week. Landon Glasper. I mean, talk about just his growth and what's been the most impressive about Landon his senior year.
Well, Landon's, as far as mindset, it's always been since day one that I've had him in our program, or we've had him in our program. It's never changed. He's fearless. He doesn't back down to any competition. He doesn't back down to anything. And, sometimes that's a blessing, sometimes that can be a curse. But for him, I know this: we don't want him playing for any other team but ours. And the kids respond to him. We're in a tough situation, or we're in a spot where we feel like we need a big bucket. He's that fearless guy that's going to go get that for us. And so our kids believe in him. They believe in that. It's nice to have that guy on your roster that can get out of the offense and go do something to help your team win.
I want to talk about the other 3 seniors, with these guys that we may not talk about a lot, because such a great sophomore class, and that senior, LG Glasper. But, guys like Jacker playing in the coach, Desmond Gray, and Sawyer Keith. Talk about those 3 and just how big of a part they played in the maturation with bringing this young sophomore group.
Yeah, they've been great. The daily conversations with those guys in an individual basis, the relationship piece of having those guys. This is my 3rd year as a head coach back here in my alma mater, and so these guys have been with me. It's the one class that's gone through all 3 years with me. And so the relationship between us is strong. And then just what they provide, sometimes goes unnoticed by others, but it doesn't with us and our coaching staff and our team, because they're just a constant. They're steady. They're everyday guys. They don't miss practice. They don't miss class. They show up and they just do their job. And so I'm proud of each and every one of them. They all bring a little something different to the table, but I'm proud of those guys. I'm proud of what they've represented. They've represented their family. They've represented their school. They've represented our community very well. I'm proud of that.
High school basketball right now, Brad, is at an all-time high. And how much is that attributed, in your opinion, to the success with Coach Musselman and his staff with the reinvigoration of basketball in the state?
No, I think that's so important. You look back over history and with the Razorbacks, and you can tie that directly to high school basketball. You can tie it to Fayetteville basketball. It's when the Hogs are good. It seems like the rest of the state kind of falls in line with that. There's such good basketball in Arkansas. But yeah, the excitement that it generates. If you're anywhere close to the arena last night, if you're fortunate enough and blessed to be in the arena like I was, just that electric. And today, even walking the halls in the high school, kids are talking about that. And so, yeah, it brings excitement. Basketball is a fun sport because it's indoors. The fans are on top of you. I believe basketball is one of those sports, in my opinion, that gives you the best home court advantage when it's right. It gives you, it lifts your spirits when you're down. It picks you up, and it just gives you that extra fuel that you need to overcome something.
Well, Coach, I know you got to get back into the locker room for the final word, but for those of you watching on Hill Media TV or outside to get a ticket to come here to the Dog Pound for tonight's matchup, final words to the Bulldog fan base from head coach Brad Stamp.
Yep, come out and watch us tonight. I know you enjoyed the Razorback game last night. No reason not to if you're unavailable to come, obviously tune in and watch, but just stick with this basketball team.
Well, my man, I'm looking forward to being on the call, brother, from one dog to another, Brad.
And welcome
Let's get it.
To Fayetteville High School on Fayetteville, Arkansas. Bulldog Gymnasium, the Dog Pound, as the Bulldogs control the tip. Haney in the front court. Starting lineups for tonight's ball game for Southside. Talik Pullum, Levi Steele, Aaron Hall, Dimitri Lloyd, and McKinley Wright.
The meat hook getting us started.
Fayetteville will start Glasper, Gaines, Haney, Simpson, and Whitty. Ball stolen away by Haney. Off to Gaines, down in the corner. Simpson for three. Off the iron. Pull him with the rebound. Steele. As you call him, Wright. Off to Steele. $15 on the shot clock. Steele in the corner.
Fayetteville in there man-to-man.
4 on the shot clock. Ball stolen away by Gaines. Ornette will take it down the right side. He'll go up, no good. Rebound by Whitty, off with the left hand, good. Graham Whitty with the offensive stick back.
Yeah, man, teams love it when their glue guy gets buckets early in games. I think you'll see a little extra energy. This is a tough game for Fayetteville.
Right.
They've already beaten this team. Fayetteville's on a, 8 or 9 game winning streak now.
Yes. Lloyd, and he'll go up with the layup.
And Southside's going to play hard. They're going to work you. The Dimitri Lloyd, the meat hook, that guy will he'll press you. He's tough. He's physical. He's a all-state defensive end. And, he'll bang Ornette. He'll set picks that are difficult. They have 2 really talented guards. They're not a pushover matchup on a possession-by-possession basis.
3-pointer by Pullum, no good. It's going to be over the back. It's going to be on.
They're going to say that Mason Simpson, as he was blocking out, reached back and hooked the offensive rebounder.
Simpson will pick up his first team foul on the Bulldogs. Trying to get it in bounds, and it's going to be thrown out of bounds by Southside.
And they just don't seem to be on the same page. But I'll tell you what,
Not at all.
when we played them down in Southside, the game stayed closer than it ought to have.
Yes.
And that was before Fayetteville really hit their stride. So you hope that they go out right now and take care of business.
Right.
That's what you want to see, as sort of a professional approach. I know they're high school kids, but can you stay focused in the games you ought to win?
Right.
And look, these guys are going to play. They're going to end up having to win state by going through Central Arkansas.
Yes.
Those Central Arkansas teams, there's not a team.
Ball blocked by Gaines. Simpson's going to come out of there with it for Fayetteville. Go to Gaines, left hand, good. Ornette Gaines with the acrobatic too.
Man, what a great left hand. That guy's pace is always so good, and yet he seems to be impossible to stop.
Pull him with the pull-up. Hawk, steal. He'll go free throw line to Lloyd. Lloyd will go up, good, and he'll take the contact, and foul will be on Graham Whitty as Lloyd will be at the line for an and one opportunity.
DeMeat Hook did not come to play with you.
Woo! I mean, whoa.
He's dangerous. You know, I mean, I don't think he's unsafe, but he's so thick and has a low base of gravity and has no fear of contact. You better be ready.
Attempt at the 1-and-1 hits the back iron. Whitty will come away with the rebound. Haney will bring it into the front court. Glasper.
What I was talking about, this, for Fayetteville to win a state championship, they're going to have to go through Central Arkansas. So when you take games like this, what you hope you do is learn how to be a killer, right? How to be locked in.
Mason Simpson, threes, please. 7-4 Fayetteville. Pull him with the basketball in the front court.
You don't want to coast through.
And they're going to get an illegal screen on Hall.
You don't want to coast through and just rely on, well, I've got three players that are better than anybody they have. You want to still play good basketball, still do what you're supposed to do so that when you're playing those teams that match up with you, you haven't lulled yourself to sleep.
Right. Haney in the front court. Gaines. Right there in the paint for about a 5-yard flip in. He's got 4 on early in the ball game.
It's the body control that he has. That's why I think he's a high D1 player before it's all said and done.
Kid's upside is tremendous. Pull him. Being guarded by Haney. Fayetteville in a man-to-man. Picks up the dribble. Looking. Lloyd at the free throw line. He'll take the jumper. No good. Up high. Whitty.
Interested to watch Haney's on-ball defense. I know he's coming off of a ankle injury. I want to see if he's all the way back.
Glasper. He'll leave it for Simpson. Back to Glasper. Deep three. No good. Pull him high for the rebound for the Mavericks. He's going to go all the way down the lane, and they'll get a reach-in foul. Tonight's officials crew, Derek, Mike Van Jr., Trey Pryor, and Corey Erie are your tonight's officials crew.
Never heard of them.
Also checking in for our Bulldogs, number 1, Sawyer Keith.
3.5 to go. First period, 9-4, Fayetteville.
Yeah, apologize for a little technical difficulties if you guys have been listening to us and wondering what we were describing. We're ready now.
Hall, and he's going to get charged with the charging call. Nice charge taken there by, I believe that was Sawyer Keith.
I went to the Razorback game last night with Coach Stamps, and we talked about Jalen Williams and all the charges he takes.
Right.
And there's a whole lot of elements that go into someone being able to do that. There's some anticipation. There's understanding where people are likely to go, and having the understanding of your spacing, having courage. Not everybody's made to take those, and the people that do, it's more than just making up your mind. You have to be smart.
Haney, ball knocked away. Lloyd.
Rare turnover.
Steele will come away with it. He'll get it to Hall. Down in the corner. Oh, that was a double dribble. Steele, and it's going to be a foul on, I believe they're going to get Glasper, his first. Team foul number 4 on the Purple Dogs of Fayetteville.
Yeah, Xander Nagley back in the game. If you recall, down in Fort Smith, he started. He didn't start tonight.
Desmond Gray checks in, replacing Landon Glasper.
Nagley was frustrated with his team. They had some chemistry issues last game.
He was very frustrated. Deep three-point attempt up high. Rebound comes Earp. Jack in the front court. Gaines. Haney. Keith for three. No good.
It's a good look, though. That's it. You want him to shoot that shot. They're confident. He's got a green light on that team.
Yes. Hall. Here you go down, up, off the backboard, and it's going to be off of Fayetteville. It's going to stay with the Mavericks of Southside.
Whacked Desmond Gray in the face. He wears those protective goggles, and I think it knocked the goggles square into his nose.
Lopez Fulbright will check in.
Southside substitution at number 3, Lopez Fulbright.
Officials getting together, talking about what time Bob Hart's Abishola is coming on later tonight. I think they've got that settled. Yep.
Lopez Fulbright.
9 o'clock NBC. Yep. Okay.
Steele, Lloyd, Pullum, and Nagel. Nagel will be the 5 Mavericks. Inbound ball knocked. And they're going to get Desmond Gray on the reach.
Yeah, Desmond probably got a lot of ball on that, but when you come from behind somebody more often than not, that's going to end up being, you're going to get that call unless the ball's way away from their body. Right. So really a good job by the offensive player of keeping it close to his body.
Pullum with the jumper, no good, high. Gray. And they're going to get Pullum.
I like to let them see him play through that contact right there. You know, Haney's tough enough to take a little bit of that. There wasn't an advantage gained. Don't slow the rhythm of the game down. Let them play.
Right. Alley-oop to Sawyer Keith. Nice pass there from Jaden Haney to see that play.
Man, Jaden Haney's a consummate point guard. I'd love to play with that kid.
Lopez Fulbright, he'll get it to Pullum in the deep corner, no good. Rebound, Lopez Fulbright. Ball blocked by Gaines. Ornette with his second block. Over to Haney. He'll push the pace. And they're going to get Haney on the charge.
Pretty good defense by Nagley on that. Haney was obviously heading down to try to create for a teammate. I don't think he was going to the hole with that, but, pretty good defense.
Haney will check out. Replacing Haney will be Landon Glasper.
We like watching the communication between these Fayetteville players on defense.
Lopez Fulbright. He'll pick up the dribble. Leave it for Nagel. Nagel drives down the left lane. Over Glasper. Rebound comes to Gaines. Ahead. Stolen away by Pullum. And they're going to get Irk on the block.
Yeah, Irk was a hair late getting there. He did the right thing, try to draw that same contact Nagley drew down here. I just think he was a half a step late.
Right.
The coach going to talk to Gaines a little bit and say, man, you've got a team. You just don't don't turn the ball over.
Right.
Don't let them hang around.
Right. Good point. Rebound comes to Gray.
If you'll just keep possession of the ball till you can get a shot up, you're going to score a lot of points against this team.
Gray at the free throw line. He'll get it to Irk. Glasper for 3. No good. Ball chased down. Long pass ahead. Pullum. Out to Steele. He'll go down the left side with the jumper. No good. Off the backboard. Lloyd went high. Lopez Fulbright will come out of there with it. He'll drive the baseline. He'll go up and under. No good. Rebound comes to Gray. Ahead to Irk. Shot clock is off. 20 seconds here in the period. Dogs up 11-4.
And what a luxury for Coach Stamps to have a guy like Irk be able to run your offense for you when Haney's getting a break. You've got a senior guard who's been in the trenches, played a full year as the point guard last year as a junior.
Three from Glasper, no good. And that's going to do it after the first period with the score. Fayetteville leading it 11-4. Derek, I mean, just break down that first period as to what you saw from Fayetteville.
Well, Ornette Gaines had his way inside. If you get him back in the game and you don't funnel the ball down to him in the paint, I'd be disappointed. He's got, as tough as Dimitri Lloyd is, he doesn't have the basketball skill to stay with Gaines. Haney got in a little bit of foul issues, minimal. Glasper's 0 for 4 from 3. Glasper believes he's 4 for 4 from 3. Right. It's not going to affect him. You don't ever worry. A lot of kids, you think, oh, he's had a tough start to this game. Where will he find it? I don't have any doubts that Glasper's going to find it. He's going to make his next shot, and he'll find a way to get to the line, get a couple of free throws in, and kind of get that rhythm going. He's too natural of a scorer to let that affect him.
Right. Start of the second period, Southside will have the basketball down 11-4. Here in the dog pound on the campus of Fayetteville High School.
What I'd like to see is a guy like Desmond Gray who gets in the game in a situation like that and catches it at the high post.
Right.
Try to create his own offense a little bit. Take advantage of this opportunity where you've got a team that you've got a little bit of a matchup advantage over, and work on developing something that we might need that one or two buckets in a big game later in the season.
Great point. Southside will inbound to start the second period. Stolen away. Glasper landed down the right side, and they're going to get Pullum. I believe that's going to be his second, the fourth team foul on the Mavericks of Southside.
Love to see that. Glasper just forcing the defense.
Right.
He's 0 for 4 from the field, and he's still working really hard on defense. That's why I think he's a player that the coaches need to sign. He brings it on both ends of the floor. He's creative. And working hard on that possession on defense is going to result in a rhythm for him. What a pass.
Again, Keith, he'll get his rebound. He'll go back up. Good. Sawyer Keith with the and one opportunity as he's going to be fouled. I believe they're going to get number 3. Khalid Pulliam, his third in the ball game. That's real big, Dick. I mean, he's their top player when you talk about who's the go-to guy for Southside.
Boy, I love that pass from Glasper, getting open hoop for Sawyer Keith. Keith coming in and creating some issues for the defense right away, and good passes from both Haney and Glasper. You like to see them finding the sub that comes in.
Right. Fulbright Lopez. And it's going to be thrown out of bounds. It'll go over to Fayetteville.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Adams has put in a couple of kids that didn't play last time we were here, and they look like they might have come up from the 9th grade team. They're just, I don't say that to disparage how they're playing. They look like young kids.
Right.
And they certainly weren't around before. They got big eyes right now. You can tell they're a little bit, that the moment's kind of big, but, I'd like to see if they can bring a little excitement to the game. It's 13-4, right? So maybe this is the coming out party for some freshmen at Fort Smith.
Right. Landon Glasper over under. When do you think Landon will start getting it going? I mean, we got 7-11 here in the second period. And I believe he's scoreless.
He is scoreless.
At some point, LG will make his presence felt.
By the end of the third quarter, he's going to have 18.
Okay.
Write it down.
7-11, people, of the half. Let's see if he has it by the end of the third quarter. Haney into the front court. Dogs in the half court set. Haney will drive this. He'll skip it to Glasper for 3. Good! Landon Glasper. Threes, please. His first 3 in the ball game.
Great job by Haney setting him up, too, to get him a shot that he could kind of step into and find his rhythm.
Numbers. Glasper, he'll get it to Simpson. Ball knocked away. I believe that's Nagel. 3-point attempt, off the iron, high. Foster Lopez, I should say. In the corner to steal. Mid-range short jumper, no good. Haney with the rebound. Earth. And they're going to get the blocking foul. As that's going to be on
Southside foul charged against number 0,
Xander Nagley. His first, team foul number 6. Checking into the ball game for the Bulldogs. Nigel Armstrong and Ornette Gaines replacing Sawyer Keith and Jack Earp. 3-pointer by Glasper. Good! Landon Glasper. Threes, please.
I mean, on an inbounds play, he's got one of the conference's top leading scorer, one of the top scorers in the state at this division.
Right.
How do you let him open on that?
Derek, 6 points in less than a minute. And they're going to get the block on Armstrong. Just a little too deep in the paint. I believe that's why he didn't get that charging call.
I think that's right. I love that Armstrong's in. He's a little Duracell battery.
Yes, he is.
Just or an Energizer
Yes,
bunny.
he is.
He plays.
He's the Lucy Spangler for the boys team with the energy.
Let's see if he can foul out in 2 minutes and 19 seconds.
Still, first one is good.
Yeah, he brings a lot of energy, and, it's not just energy. He's fundamentally a really nice on-ball defender. He creates a problem. I would imagine the Southside getting the ball down the court, they're going to go to anybody but who's guarded by him.
Right. Simpson over to Armstrong. Back to Simpson. He'll shoot the 3. Good. Mason Simpson. Threes, please. 22-7 Bulldogs.
6'4". You give him a step. He's going to knock it down. He's got a bright future.
Man, the purest stroke on the team outside of Glasper. Ball ripped away, loose ball, scramble for it.
Yeah, good timeout by Coach Adams.
Good timeout to Southside with 5:24 to go here in the first half. Dogs leading it 22-7. Talk about that stroke of Mason Simpson. I mean, Derek, several weeks ago he was kind of struggling a little bit when we were at Heritage, but here over the last couple of games, I mean, number 11 has shot it very well.
All I hear about him is 6 a.m., AAO. He's over at AAO at 6 a.m. 3 days a week. But when you do that and you put that time in, slumps don't last long.
Right, good point.
You believe in yourself because you know you've put in the work. You don't have doubt because you don't think, did I do enough to get ready for this?
Right.
So Mason Simpson believes when he shoots that he's going to make it. He's got a shooter's mentality. And he's got a good high release. He's got a lot of length. You saw earlier he had a turnover on a fast break where he was trying to create something for Landon.
Right.
He doesn't really feel comfortable with the ball putting it on the floor yet. But, man, once he gets that, he's going to be a problem, as the kids say.
Lopez Fulbright with the basketball. He'll get it to Lloyd. Loose ball. Simpson comes away with it. Mason with the basketball. He'll leave it for Glasper. He'll do the step through. No good. Rebound. Comes to steal.
I mean, that's a step through Glasper loves. He rarely misses that.
Yeah, I didn't think he missed that one.
Yeah, Nagley, he plays frustrated.
Going to be a travel.
Offensive foul.
Hey, he puts his head down and he goes.
Yeah, he gets frustrated with the game.
Nigel. 3-pointer by Simpson. No good. Barely draws iron. Just didn't have enough legs in that.
Yeah.
Drive. Ball's going to be knocked out of bounds by Fayetteville.
And Southside's having a hard time even getting a clean look at the basket, much less shooting the ball.
It's tough. Hey, everything's contested. It's tough on them. Lopez Fulbright back up with the short jumper. No good. Rebound to Lloyd. He'll go up strong. No good. Ball knocked away, and it's going to go to Fayetteville.
I think the official just called it to go the other way just to get whatever was happening under that basket to stop. It was pretty rough looking basketball down
it's
there.
Brutal.
So Nigel out on the wing.
Haney at the free throw line. Nice pass. It's going to be a jump ball. It'll stay with Fayetteville. I mean, look at the pass that Haney tried to make. His vision, Derek, I mean, you can't coach some of the stuff that he's seeing.
No, that if Gaines makes a clean catch of that, that is
And they're going to get a travel.
I'm not sure
I
what
don't
that
know
call
about that.
was.
I don't know. Lloyd over to Nagler. Trying to turn the corner. He'll get it to Steele. No good. Rebound to Haney. Armstrong to Gaines, down to Simpson. He'll go back out to Haney. Three-pointer by Armstrong, no good. Loose ball on the floor. Gaines comes out of there with it. Arnett off the backboard, good.
And his glass work is just so nice. You know, whatever angle he's at, he knows exactly how much to put on it.
Right.
He's like a top-notch billiards player. You know, he's always knows the right angles.
Absolutely. Foster Lopez, and bucket was good. Let's see what they're going to get. Are they going to get Glasper on a foul?
Yeah, Nagley baited him into it a little bit. Nagley got sort of tied up with Glasper and then just dove down like a sniper had gotten him from the rafters.
Steele's going to check in, replacing what number did he replace? Number 4. Key Coles. Kai Coles.
Kai Coles, that's a pretty good name.
Tongue twister. Kai Coles.
I like alliteration.
Hits both of the free throw opportunities. Makes it 24-10, 24-11. And Hall checks in. Irk and Keith check in. Replacing Glasper and Armstrong. Skip to Irk. No, I'm sorry, Armstrong's still in the game. He'll give it to Irk for the triple. Up high. Sorry, Keith. The ball tapped away. Little short jumper. Good.
Yeah, that's one of those younger players. They've got number 32 marked out. It's McKinley Wright.
McKinley Wright.
That's not who this is. He's wearing 32, but that's not McKinley Wright.
Keith.
The third alley-oop pass to Keith.
Back to Gaines. He'll go up. No good, and they're going to get the block on Lloyd. That'll be Lloyd's first. The 8th team foul on the Mavericks of Southside. Set to check in for Fayetteville. Brylan Sims, or I believe that's Sims, set to check in for Fayetteville.
Looks like he might be checking in for the shooter.
Gaines hits the back iron, rolls around, and good.
No, he's coming in for Nigel.
He'll check in for Armstrong. Brylan Sims into the ball game.
Sims is a nice player.
Yes.
He's a talented kid. This sophomore class is really, really talented.
Hits 1 of 2. Dogs in a little 1-2-2 press. Lopez Foster, ball stolen, almost stolen away by Sims. Still tipped. Hall will go up with the shot. It's in. Man, they've hit a few shots where they might have to call bank. Haney all the way with the left hand. Good. Jaden Haney with the nice move to the bucket. Hall. He'll try to get into the paint. It'll stay with Fayetteville. It'll stay with Southside. Off of Fayetteville. Thought that was off Sawyer Keith.
Yeah, Keith took a little bump in the back of the head, too.
1:36 to go here in the half. Once again, we'll be joined for our halftime players of the game by freshman guard Whitney Brown and junior forward Winter Beck. Good! Rylan Sims with the transition bucket. Nice pass, Derek, from Whitty to Sims for the layup. Oh, I'm sorry, not Whitty. Sawyer Keith made that pass.
Yeah, really good finish by Sims. Finished through the contact, 30-18. The better first half than the Bulldogs played the last time they went down to Fort Smith.
Yes.
A little bit better focus, and they haven't had to rely on, Glasper putting up 30. It's been a good job of sharing the ball. Really nice left-handed finish by Haney. A lot of good things. I'll tell you, so one thing that concerns me about the first half so far. You've seen some passes that are lazy, sort of over the top of the defense passes that are not going to work when you're playing against North Little Rock and Central. Those passes will not work. So you hope that games like this, I guarantee you Coach Stamps is in the huddle telling them right now, make crisp passes, make good decisions.
1:26 to go here in the half. Dogs lead it 30-18. Dogs 16-4, 8-0 in the league, Derek. I mean, and you talked about it earlier. This is going to be a tough game with Bentonville looming on Friday night. I mean, what do you think, Coach Stamps and the message was heading into tonight's game?
Well, look, the last time they were in this situation when Bentonville was around the corner, they played Heritage. Remember the Heritage game, they pulled away from them early and then ended up having a close game and really having to struggle just to get a win at the end.
Sims, off the iron, no good. Rebound comes to Foster Lopez.
I think Coach Stamps is probably telling them, let's take care of business this time.
Good with the three-pointer. McKinley. Ert. Keith. Haney. Irk in the corner. And it's going to be thrown out of bounds. Inbound, Mr. Foster's Lopez. He's going to be pressured and he's going to be fouled.
Yeah, 9-point ball game.
Gaines. As they'll march to the free throw line, Foster's Lopez will be at the line for the 1-and-1. I'm sorry, double bonus.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a sloppy game. A lot of reaching, a lot of slapping.
Hits the back iron, no good. Checking in for the Bulldogs, Landon Glasper.
And the as yet unnamed number 32 that is definitely not McKinley Wright has hit a couple of threes and sort of turned things around for them. He's got 8 points.
Off, rebound comes to Keith. 53 seconds to go here in the half. Dogs up 30-21. Glasper. Ball. Haney, he'll go down with the left hand, no good, and he'll be fouled. I believe they're going to get Lloyd. That'll be his second. Team foul number 10 on the Mavericks of Southside with 35.4 to go. Haney will be at the line. Dogs leading at 30-21.
Wouldn't mind seeing Haney get a couple of jump shots in, too, in a game like this. When he's a threat, when he's a threat from the outside, he's really, really difficult to stay in front of.
Haney at the line for the second free throw attempt. Rims around, no good. Steele will come away with it. He'll leave it. Nope. Go down the right side. He'll give it. Up and good.
Yeah, Evan Chance.
Evan Chance.
We didn't see Evan Chance much down there. He's a senior. That was a pretty good move inside by him.
Dogs playing for the last shot, up 31-23. Haney. He'll give it to Gray. Ball blocked. And that's going to do it at the half with the score. Fayetteville leading it 31-23 over the Southside Mavericks. We'll be right back with our players of the game here in just a short moment. You're watching Bulldog Basketball on the Hill Media TV.
Give me a break.
Associates started in 1973. This is our 48th year in real estate in Northwest Arkansas. We have 2 locations, one in Fayetteville and one in Rogers. And we are here to serve the people of our community. And as my dad always said, at Lindsay & Associates, we bring great neighbors together.
Hey guys, this is Pat Jenkins of On the Hill Media and voice of Fayetteville High Bulldogs Athletics. Make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's On the Hill Media. Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications. As we say, let's get it.
All right, welcome back to Bulldog Arena. We are at halftime of the boys' game, and we're going to take this opportunity to talk to our players of the game from the girls' game. A big win for the Lady Bulldogs. Our first guest here on the Hill Media is Whitney Brown. Whitney, good ball game. Talk about your mindset of how do you come into a game like this after 4 really, really close losses? How do you get fired up and believe that you can make this happen?
I mean, it's hard. For anybody who asks, like, it's hard, but you just gotta forget the last few games, learn from them, and then forget about the loss, and just come in with intensity and the want to win, and just go play. Just go play.
Talk about the position that you're in as a young player playing on a team that really is trying to figure out its identity. You've got a really strong senior shooter. You've got a really aggressive junior offensive player. How do you take the leadership role as a point guard? How do you approach it?
At first, I was like, I have to score, I have to do this. But now I've kind of just stepped back and I realized, okay, as a point guard, I need to get them the ball. As on defense, we're not great defensively, but I need to go and put pressure. I just have to do things where we're lacking and pick up the pace in those areas.
All right, so you're not at school, you're not playing basketball. What are you interested in? What do you like doing?
I like to read books. I'm big on knowledge and learning and stuff, and so I'm probably just watching basketball with my dad to learn the game, or reading books to learn. Like, I just love learning.
When's the last time you watched a basketball with your dad where he didn't use it to teach you something? Were you 3, 2?
Never, never.
So, a couple more questions about the game. Talk about the sort of as the losses kind of pile up and you start doubting your shot, and you start thinking, am I going to make the next one? How does it feel to see that first one go in? And how quick are you immediately back and you say, oh, here it is?
Oh, it was amazing. I mean, it's been hard for a long time, and I've been in the gym for hours working on my shot. Just seeing that shows I still have a lot of improvement to go, but it's gonna get there, and that it's just hope. And a lot of darkness is hope. It's a light, so it's good.
I'll tell you one thing that I saw from you today, and that was hustling down the court on offense and defense. You can bring that every game, whether your shot's falling or not, and it ended up tonight benefiting you. Talk about why that's your approach to the game.
Well, lately I've actually been lazy, and my dad just got in my butt. He said, Winnie, I don't care how many shots you make, how many turnovers you have, just run, just play hard, play good defense, and fix the areas that you can fix on the court, and then we'll get the shooting and everything else into place off the court. And out of the game. Just in the game, you can hustle and you can play hard, and so just do that is what he told me.
Well, I saw the difference tonight. I could see you hustling up and down the court, and it turns out when you do that, you end up with a couple of layups. You end up, and all of a sudden you got a good-looking score sheet happening. How do you build on that then?
Now it's just moving on to the next game. We have Bentonville coming up. It's not going to be easy, so I've got to be careful with my reaching. He didn't get called this game, but just learning more and being ready and coming with the hustle to Friday too.
Hey, one more positive thing is, even if you lost a few games, every single one of them was one shot away. You guys know you can play with anybody. Do you believe that you guys are going to beat Bentonville? I want to know, do you believe it?
Oh, 100%. I believe it.
Good, good. All right, well, hey, this has been Whitney Brown, freshman point guard for the Lady Bulldogs, coming into her own great game tonight. Thank you for joining us, Whitney. Good game.
Thank you.
If you pass those headphones over to Winter.
State Tennis Championship.
And we're joined right now by Winter Beck as she puts her headphones on. I've had the opportunity to talk to Winter about basketball a few times, but I've never had it recorded, so this is brand new for us. Winter, talk about the difference in your shot early in this game and late in this game. They were two different. You look like two different players. Where did the confidence come from?
Usually when I'm not making shots, I just keep trying to shoot until I make one, and then when I make one, I just try to get on the run, and then when I get on the run, I just get more comfortable with shooting.
Well, what Pat and I see is whenever you work your way to the free throw line and you get a couple of free throws up, that seems to, you see a couple go in.
Yeah.
I feel like the next couple shots you start making because of that. Is that something that do you think, hey, my outside shot's not working, I got to go find a way to the line or get to the hole?
Yeah, most definitely. I feel like I'm way more comfortable to just going to the rim and trying to get my shot up there.
Let's talk a little bit about a couple of your teammates. First off, Whitney Brown. I saw an exchange tonight with you where you had made two really good passes to her. She missed both shots. And you came up behind her and you dapped her up and said, don't worry about it. It's all good. 3 possessions later, you make another good pass and she gets a bucket. When you approach her about that, is that in your mind that, hey, I don't need her to lose her confidence. I need to build this. Like, is that an intentional approach?
Most definitely. If anything, I want to see her be as great as she can. Definitely what the level she is on right now with being a freshman. So she's not missing shots. I'm still gonna pass the ball to her. She's gonna make one eventually.
You've been in her shoes, right? You've been a freshman on a team, and did you learn from that about how you would want to be treated and how you were going to make sure that you brought somebody on?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, for sure.
So, talk a little bit about the terrible half-court shooter, Corey Beck. I don't know if you got to see it because you were in the locker room, but he was in the half-court competition.
Oh, he shot one?
And shot 2 air balls. Never let him forget that. Way short. Tell him he needs to get in the weight room. Talk about the benefit and the burden of kind of having somebody like that to sit by your side and kind of shepherd you through this whole process.
Well, he tells me a lot. He helps me a lot. He tells me a lot of stuff that he did and stuff that he could have worked on. He tried to put that in my head and just, I don't know, he helped me on and off the court, honestly.
Is it challenging sometimes? But does he have high expectations?
I mean, yeah, but I try to meet every single one of them, if anything.
You had a little bit of a head injury at the start of last week, or the week before, whenever y'all had your big 4-game week. And talk about playing through that and how that affects you going forward. Have you learned from that, or was it just I'm just going to get through this and put it behind me? Did it affect your week?
Kind of a little bit. I feel like if anything, I just should have sat out and just waited until I was okay.
You 100% now?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good. Yeah. You played great tonight. Love to see the confidence. Big game coming up.
Yeah.
We'll dap up too, yeah. You guys know, you have to know you're one shot away from every team you've played. You're right there.
Oh, yeah.
What's your mindset going into the Bentonville game?
Honestly, we just got to come out strong on defense and offense, and if we get our defense rolling, then our offense will come to us. We just can't rush anything and just play our game.
That's what I saw tonight was defensively, we got just a few seconds left here, but defensively tonight you had several tip passes and like 5 rebounds all in the first 3 minutes of the game. Mm-hmm. That mindset, you going to bring that against Bentonville?
Oh, yes, for sure.
All right, let's dap it up now. Good game. Congratulations.
Right,
we're going to wrap it up and get back to the second half of the boys' game. Thanks for joining us.
Guys, this is Pat Jenkins of On the Hill Media and voice of Fayetteville High Bulldogs Athletics. Make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's On the Hill Media. Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications. As we say, let's get it.
Lindsay & Associates started in 1973. This is our 48th year in real estate in Northwest Arkansas. We have 2 locations, one in Fayetteville and one in Raleigh. And we're here to serve the people of our community.
And we're back at the second half of the game with the Mavericks and the Bulldogs. It's now a 6-point ball game. This is the exact sort of pattern that you saw this Bulldog team go through at Heritage, the last game that they had that was leading into the Bentonville game. You got off to a big lead. And Glasper gets his bucket, puts him with 8 points on the game. He was scoreless with 7 minutes left in the half. Now he's up to 8. Wow, what a pass by Southside, and that 3 was halfway down before it came out. Fayetteville now up 33-25. Glasper on the drive, another shot, and another, rolled out. Young player for Southside, and Demeat-Hook goes in, and now we've got ourselves a 6-point ball game. And boy, what a step through by Glasper. Now up to 10 points. He's a natural scorer.
Right.
Going a quarter without scoring isn't going to affect his confidence.
Right with the jumper, no good. Up high, ball knocked away. Southside comes away with it. Steal. He'll get it to Pullum.
Great defense by Whitty.
Shot up. Rolls around good.
Hey, Pullum earned that. Whitty played good defense, bodied up with him, and Pullum just went through it and got.
And Glasper's going to get called for the travel.
And that's gathering up. I'm not sure.
I don't know about that one. Ball will go over to Southside. Down 35-29. 6:07 here in the third period. Pullum with the basketball in the front court. Steal. Off to Hall.
Fayetteville's bench trying to get them fired up a little bit and see if they can get them to play with a little bit of energy. Nice entry pass by
good, and he's going to be fouled by Haney.
Good entry pass by the artist formerly known as McKinley Wright.
This is a different Southside basketball team than what we saw several weeks ago at their place.
Yeah, 32 wasn't playing last time. I'm telling you, he's not McKinley Wright. He's they've been saying a different name. We don't have it on our roster. But he's a young player. He's hit 2 threes, a bucket, made some really nice passes. He's a difference maker for this team, whoever he is.
35-31 Fayetteville. 5.5 to go. Third quarter.
Southside in a 2-3 zone, just daring Fayetteville to pass it around enough to get an open shot. Good patience shown by Fayetteville right now.
Whitty. Back to Haney for 3. Good! Jaden Haney. Threes, please. And Fayetteville's going to get a quick timeout. With 5:11 to go, up 38-31. Big 3 there by Haney. To give Fayetteville a little momentum. It was starting to be a lot of momentum on the south side of the court.
Oh, absolutely. And I think what Coach Stamps is talking to them about in the huddle right now is, hey, let's step on the gas here a little bit and let's play with some energy on the defensive end.
Right.
You let that young fellow get a uncontested lob pass into Demeat-Hook, and he gets a and one down there. Those are effort plays.
Right.
The Fayetteville players were in the right positions, but they just, kind of hoped that it didn't work out.
Right. Absolutely.
Sometimes when you play a team like Southside that hasn't had a lot of success, you sort of sit back and wait for them to, kind of kick it out of bounds there on themselves. But you still got to go and have that killer instinct.
Right.
I don't think he's seeing it. I think Coach Stamps is not happy with just the level of energy he's seeing on defense.
Fayetteville will break the huddle. Up 38-31. Southside will have the basketball on the baseline. 5 minutes and 11 seconds to go here in the third period. One team foul on the Fayetteville Bulldogs, 0 on Southside. Southside with 2 timeouts. Fayetteville has 4.
Fayetteville's pressure picked up a little bit in their man-to-man. They're a little bit better effort guarding. I think the talk worked.
Ball picked up by Pullum. Still looking to get to someone. Hall. Try to drive a little jumper up. No good. Loose ball. And Pullum's going to. Hall down to Pullum. He'll go up with the layup. Good.
He let everybody in the gym know he was open.
Glasper steps into it. No good. Rebound to Lloyd. Ahead. Ball blocked, and they're going to call a foul, I believe. Nope, it's going to be out of bounds.
Yeah, the artist formerly known as McKinley Wright.
Yeah, I don't know who that is, number 32. That's definitely not McKinley. Out to Hall in the corner. Steele. He'll try the 3. Good.
Next thing, now you turn around, it's a 2-point ball game, Pat.
38-36 Fayetteville.
Man, this feels so much like that Heritage game.
Yes, it
was the last game that led up to Bentonville.
Gaines. He'll get in the lane. Left hand. Good on that. Gaines with the left hand. Scoop shot. What a shot.
That guy's got old man game.
Woo.
I mean, that's just a savvy, controlled pace post move against a D1 prospect on defensive end. I mean, it's not like he's, scoring over some tomato can.
Pull him. He'll go down the left side, trying to get it, and it's going to stay. It's going to go over to Fayetteville. Nice backside help defense from Landon Glasper to cause that turnover.
Yeah, I've said it before. Glasper, even when he's not hitting, he finds ways to contribute.
3:26 to go. Dogs up 4, 40-36 with the basketball in the front court. Gaines. Haney. Simpson for 3. No good. Loose ball. And it's going to go over to Southside.
Gaines hasn't taken a 3 today. That's normally he squeezes.
Right.
He pushes up 3 or 4 a game, and he's a really good 3-point shooter. It's interesting.
Right now, Bulldogs not showing very much energy and urgency, as we've seen in the previous few
they
weeks.
kind of just feel like they know they've got it under control. They're going to play around a little bit.
Right.
There's probably 5 or 6 guys sitting on the end of that Fayetteville bench right now, super frustrated with this output.
And he'll get his own rebound, and they're going to get Whitty.
Yeah, Whitty and the meat hook ended up scrapping for the ball. Both of them had the ball. The person who falls usually gets the calls.
Yes.
I just made that up on the spot, by the way.
Ert's going to check in for Graham Whitty.
Yeah, Whitty once again in a little bit of foul trouble. I think he gets a reputation. These officials know each other, and they talk. And
down to Steele. He'll shoot the mid-range jumper. Good.
That's a good-looking jump shot right there. That's a little Kobe turnaround.
Fayetteville, Glasper, and he's going to be fouled by, I believe they're going to get Lloyd. That'll be his 3rd.
Yeah, he's an important player for them. 3 fouls right now. That's a pretty good development for Fayetteville.
First team foul on the Mavericks of Southside in the half. Glasper at the line for 2 free throws. His first one up and good.
I haven't seen these shoes for Glasper. These are new. I don't know if that's affecting his game. He's up to 11, but I feel like he ought to be around 20 right now.
Right. He got 2 minutes and 40 seconds to get to 18. Second one is good.
All right, so he's got to hit 2 threes before the end of the quarter.
Yes, Glasper got 12 on the ball game. 42-38 Fayetteville. 2.5 to go in the 3rd period. Jumper by Steele, good as he hits 3.
Levi Steele on a little bit of a burner right now.
Armstrong. Good, Nigel Armstrong. Threes, please.
3-point.
Big shot there by the sophomore.
Yeah, you love to see him get a good clean look and take advantage of it.
Pull him. Little mid-range jumper, good at the free throw line.
Yeah, Pullum and Hall can play. Those two guys are both really good guards.
Yes.
And you watch them warm up and you think, how in the world have they not won more games?
Ain't he? Gaines for the triple. Good on net. Gaines. Freeze, please, OG style.
Coach Stamps urging, give me some defense down here. Make them work.
Pullum goes down the lane, good.
And I've not seen Haney get blown by like that in a while. 3-point ball game.
Hurt. To Armstrong. Down the lane. Gaines down the lane. Nice pass from Nigel Armstrong to Gaines for the two.
Armstrong's been an offensive find so far this game.
50-45, 1:15 to go in the third period. Jumper by Pullum, good.
Yeah, this is a little bit better basketball game to watch. These guys are getting at it now.
Armstrong. Glasper for three, no good.
I'd like to see Glasper catch that where he can step into it. He seems sort of flat-footed.
Three-pointer. Good, and we're tied up at 50. 48 seconds to go here in the third period. Tie ball game.
Sounds like they're calling him Chris Harrell.
Haney.
Somebody would have told us.
Not kidding. Gaines, he'll drive the baseline, and he's going to be fouled by Levi Steele. That'll be Steele's first. Second team foul.
That's the fourth foul called in the whole quarter total.
Man, they're letting them play.
They're letting them play, but I also don't think there's a ton of defense. You know, these guys are a lot of people hitting jump shots, not going to the hole, and it has been a kind of a soft, offensive-friendly quarter. It's been fun.
Right.
But it's 50-50, and that's not very fun.
They're not happy. Coach Bradford is not happy with the defense. 17. Shot clock is off. Haney. 6, 5. He'll go down the lane. Shot up, no good. At the end of 3, we're all tied at 50. Explain that third quarter, because it just seemed like it was more Southside Mavericks than the Fayetteville Bulldogs.
Well, you got two really good guards that play for Southside. But they both got going. They both hit shots. They hit jump shots. None of them were particularly difficult.
Right,
there was a turnaround jumper, but it wasn't guarded extremely closely. You know, the Fayetteville's sort of personality lately has been that every shot's contested.
Right.
They played Bentonville West. Bentonville West is considerably better team than Southside.
Right.
With probably 4 players that are better than any one player on Southside, and all of those were contested.
Right.
And this, you know, you get guys getting too clean of looks. You don't want them to catch the ball where they can gather.
Fayetteville's going to have the ball to start the fourth and final period here in tonight's ball game. Haney will inbound for Fayetteville. Keith. Back. Keith in the corner. First couple of minutes in this period will be real big in this ball game. 17 on the shot clock. It's going to be a kick basketball.
They've got your senior leaders on the floor right now. The guys, other than Glasper, you've got Irk and Keith out there. I think Coach Stamps is hoping they'll come bring a little bit of sense of urgency.
Right. Armstrong. Little short jumper by Haney, no good, in and out, rebound. Comes to Pullum. Steele. He'll shoot the 3. No good. Gray with the rebound.
Man, if that shot had gone, I would have taken off my fancy new shoes and headed home.
7 minutes to go in the ball game, all tied at 50. Hurt. And it's going to be out of bounds. I tell you what, the Bulldogs have not been in an offensive flow all night, Derek.
They haven't. There's a little bit of doubt creeping in right now, too. You just can't let teams like this hang around.
Right. Chance. Steal. No good. Rebound. Armstrong. Haney. Corner. Keith for 3. No good. Bad shot.
Got him the right look. Just the result was super sketchy.
Guarded out there by Armstrong. Pull him. Trying to get downhill.
Man, Armstrong's a terror on defense.
And they're going to call a timeout. With 6:08 to go, Southside will have the basketball tied up 50-all.
This is you wouldn't think that we'd be having this conversation, but the fact that Southside only has one timeout left, that's a pretty big deal.
Right.
You know, late in game situation, they're going to be stranded. And when you've got a team that can guard like Fayetteville can guard, you know, we'll see if those early timeouts Southside had to burn and come back to haunt them. Again, it's 50-50.
Right.
We didn't think we'd be having this discussion.
Right, good point.
You know, you'd think Fayetteville was up early. I think they were up 14 in the first quarter and looked like they were about to pull away.
Yes.
And
not done very much offensively in this second half.
And they just seem to lose focus sometimes whenever the competition lags a little.
How much do you think them looking ahead to Friday night's matchup has a little bit to do with this tie ball game?
And we saw the same exact thing at Heritage. And look, they spun that afterwards, and we spun it and said, hey, it's a good thing they got in that. Iron sharpens iron.
Right.
But, man, you want to see them have that instinct to just step on their neck and get this one over with.
Right. Inbound.
Walk.
Oh, and they're going to get the travel.
Yeah, the worst thing you could do right now is drop a decision to this team.
Yes.
You drop a decision to them, and the rest of the conference all of a sudden starts thinking this is like Buster Douglas, Mike Tyson situation.
Absolutely.
You know, the myth is gone.
Armstrong. In the corner to Keith. Sawyer will drive. He'll get it back to Haney in the corner. For the triple. No good. Gray goes high. Armstrong high, and he's going to be fouled by Lloyd.
Armstrong, the smallest player on the floor, getting up higher than everybody else. Yeah.
Wiggled in there and got that rebound. Big rebound as Glasper, Simpson, Gaines, and Whitty will check in. Replacing Gray, Armstrong, and Keith.
All right, this is the starting 5. This is Coach Stamp saying, let's go do this right now.
5:39 to go. Haney inbounds. Gaines. Ball stolen away. Pull him. Ball blocked. Haney's going to come out of there with it. He'll go to Glasper. Gaines for 3. No good. Rebound. Chance.
Not the shot Coach Stamps wanted on that. Maybe a couple more passes around, you could find you something better. And then when Gaines has been in the paint tonight, he's been completely unstoppable. You know Coach Stamps want them to funnel the ball down to him right now. So him at 25 is not what you're looking for, despite the fact that he's pretty good.
Nagley.
That's right. Lloyd's got 3 fouls.
Go down
with the
short
there and work.
jumper. No good. Glasper with the rebound for Fayetteville. 50-all, 4:40 to go in the ball game. Gaines. Back out. Fayetteville being patient.
Southside in that zone, packing it in.
Glasper for 3. Good! Good. Landon Glasper, threes, please.
Yeah, the difference in that is he pump fake, let the defender go by, and then he was able to step into the shot and get his footwork right. Look, he's creative. He can score without good footwork, but on nights when you're not feeling it completely.
Pull him. Oh! Don't quite know about that one. Thought it was all ball.
Yeah. I mean, look, these guys miss jumpers and the refs miss calls. That was clearly a good play by Glasper. You like to see that. Guards say, man, don't take my blocks from me. I don't get very many of those.
Oh, he took one from him. 51-50, pull him with 13. The key is he has 4 personal fouls. Second one by Pullum is good.
Whoever he's guarding needs to go at him.
53-52 Bulldogs, 4 minutes.
Of course, they're in the zone, but I would get it to Glasper over there and make Pullum make a play.
Good point. In the corner, Glasper for 3. Good! Landon Glasper, threes, please.
3-point.
Big shots by the senior. And there's going to be what?
Playing the international game there, football.
And they're going to call a foul on Graham Whitty.
Yeah, Whitty with his 4th. Probably ride it out right now. No point in subbing.
Dogs up 56-52, 3:34 to go in the ball game. Southside with the basketball underneath their own goal. Pull him. He'll get the ball inbounded. Good, and the foul.
Nagley, the little fella, flexing, letting him know that he's too strong.
Derek, I hadn't seen Fayetteville be this lackadaisical on defense all season long. I mean, really, just some very uncharacteristic defensive lapses.
Well, let's go back to you and I talking before the game, and I won't name a player, but you were talking with one of the players, and they said you asked them if they were ready to play tonight, and they said, "No, not really. I wish we didn't have to play."
Yeah. And that explains it.
Yeah, that's the kind of effort you're seeing out there. Everybody can create a little energy with the ball in their hands and can score.
Haney will go up, no good. Whitty.
But on defense, you got to want to be here.
Glasper, he'll get to the paint, and he's going to be fouled.
You're going to call that on the floor. Yeah, Coach Bradford is livid about the effort.
Yes, Fayetteville hadn't been crashing the boards. Gaines, no good. Right at the rim. Long pass to Pullum.
Got beat down the court.
And there we have a tie ball game at 56. 2:50 to go.
Southside in a 2-3, really like a 2-1-2. Dimitri's playing the entire paint.
Glasper for 3. Good! Landon Glasper, threes, please. He's heating it up.
Glasper up to 21. Glasper's going to do Glasper things. You hope you don't have to rely on that.
May take a Glasper-like performance tonight to get out of here with conference win number 9. They just have not been in an offensive flow all night long. And Derek, when you think about it, kind of have relied on the three-pointer maybe a little bit more than what Coach Stamps and that staff would have liked.
Yeah, they've not been really careful with the ball, a lot of turnovers. And even Haney, who rarely turns the ball over tonight, has 4 that I can think of.
Right.
That's really uncharacteristic. He's a sophomore. You don't expect him to play perfect every single game. But, man, the mindset, you want to see them kind of choose their own momentum.
Southside will inbound the basketball with 2:35 to go, down 59-56. Pullum will bring it into the front court for the Mavericks. Fayetteville has to get a few stops. Lloyd, and I think they're going to get a foul on, will that be the 5th and our 4th on Whitty?
Bulldog foul charged against number 33.
No, Ornette Gaines. That'll be his 2nd personal foul. The 16th foul on the Bulldogs. Loose ball. Ooh, pull him. No good. Irk goes up high for the rebound, and he's going to be fouled, I believe, by, nope, I'm sorry, Graham Whitty up high. Lloyd will get charged with the foul. His fourth. So really, Dick, when you look at it, their two most important players are saddled with 4 fouls for the remaining 2:12 of this ball game.
Oh, yeah, if I was at the sports book, I'd put my money heavily on the Dogs right now. I believe they're going to win the game. It just they're having to do it in a way that they maybe shouldn't have.
Right. Glasper for 3. Good! Landon Glasper, threes, please. 62-56 Fayetteville.
Coach Stamp's begging for a stop.
The basketball back door wide open.
Bad communication. Glasper ended up, both Glasper and Haney ended up on the same player.
90 seconds in the ball game. Glasper's going to go up good with the layup. Dogs up 6, 64-58. Pull them. And the ball's going to go over to Fayetteville. With 1:14 to go, Dogs up 6, 64-58.
Well, spirited effort by Southside.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it not was. Over entirely.
As they're going to get Nagley on the foul. That'll be the 16th foul, the second on Xander Nagley.
We're not at the 1-and-1, fellas. Inbound it back where it happened.
Southside foul. Charged against number 0, Xander Nagley, his second.
Glasper may have a chance to get to 30 just shooting free throws here. They're going to start fouling.
Inbound comes to Glasper. Bulldogs will take their time.
It's two possession game, so maybe you let them play it out.
Almost slipped away on the backcourt pass. 1 minute to go.
Feel like Glasper's going to pull a deep 3 here?
Ooh, something's going to take place. 16 on the shot clock. And the ball's going to be knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with Fayetteville. Knocked out by Nagley. Having a little conversation with the student section.
He tried to crawl towards the ball as it went out of bounds, and I think they gave him a little bit of indication of his cool points disappearing.
Following the game, we'll be joined by the players of the game, and we'll also be joined by Coach Vic Rimmer to talk about his girls' big-time victory over the Southside Lady Mavericks. It was long overdue. For the girls. Long overdue as they won 58-23. So when we get done, we'll be joined momentarily. We'll take about a 2-minute break, and then we'll be joined by Fayetteville's Vic Rimmer to close out the ball game. Nagley with the jumper. Good.
Southside basket, number 1.
64-60 Fayetteville. Inbound it to Glasper.
Fulham can get it.
And he's going to be fouled by Xander Nagley as we'll make the walk down to the free throw line.
Number 0, Xander Nagley, his third, team 7.
Still a 4-point game, Pat. You got to make these free throws.
Absolutely. Free throws are always the key in close ball games, Derek. Glasper at the line for the 1-and-1. First one is up and good. Glasper's got 27 on the ball game.
Not bad for a scoreless first quarter.
Second one is good. Makes it 66-60. Nagley pulling with the jumper, no good. Gaines will come away with the rebound for Fayetteville, and he's going to be fouled by Steele as the Dogs will make their way down to the free throw line for the 1-and-1 with 7.6 to go. Dogs leading at 66-60. Ornette Gaines at the line for the 1-and-1. Dogs will go to 17-4, 9-0 in the lead. Gaines' first one is good.
Well, I've not seen Bradford this animated on the bench since a couple of years ago.
No good. Nagley will get the rebound for Southside. Last shot of the ball game, in and out, no good. And that's going to do it with the final score here from Fayetteville High School and the Bulldog Gymnasium. Fayetteville wins it over the Southside Mavericks, 67-60. Once again, we'll take a real quick break, and then we'll be back with Vic Rimmer. We'll talk to a couple of our players of the game and also to head coach Brad Stamps. You're watching Bulldog basketball on the Hill Media TV.
It started in 1973. This is our 48th year in real estate in Northwest Arkansas. We have 2 locations, one in Fayetteville and one in Rogers. And we are here to serve the people of our community. And as my dad always said, at Lindsay & Associates, we bring great names.
Crashing the glass. Got it? Communicate, run the floor. Here we go. Oh, you ain't me. The volleyball line, it's about focus. It's about coming out here and doing what we ask you to do. I hear some of you coaching, but I don't feel like that's the difference between being able to play varsity basketball someday is being able to listen and do exactly what we ask you to do. Notice I stopped the whole practice for that one thing. Go.
All right, we're here back at Bulldog Gymnasium after a successful night of basketball. Bulldogs boys and girls teams both with big wins. We're here with Coach Rimmer talking about the girls game. Coach, we talked about heading into this game that you guys had not only dropped 4 close ones, 2 of them were overtime, so it really felt like 6 finishes that you had right on the edge, and you're right there. How do you get them ready for tonight?
It's a mental grind. It really was. It's been a tough week because last Tuesday we lost that one to West on that last second throw it in after we didn't block out on the free throw. We didn't do our job, but it's been a grind because mentally it's been tough on us. Because we really felt like coming into the season, we felt like we probably could have been the second best team in this league. We all felt like Harbor is probably the best team. And it just hasn't worked out that way for us. We've not been able to finish games. We had a 10-point lead on Rogers and get beat. We had an 8-point lead on Heritage and get beat. And then with the Bentonville game going overtime, Harbor game going overtime, and that last second tip in by West just hadn't been in the cards for us. So what we're trying to do right now, man, is just mentally keep our kids focused and let them know there's a lot to play for, because if we can win out, and I think we can. If we can win out, we might wind up in a 3 or 4 spot in our league, and so that's a huge difference going to the state tournament. It's a much more winnable basketball game when you get to the state tournament time. So we've got a lot to play for, but admittedly, it's been a tough grind for us.
Well, tonight was a little bit of medicine.
Yeah.
And you could watch the progression in the game of someone like Whitney.
Sure.
And you saw Whitney start to build some confidence, and all of a sudden she looks faster.
Yeah.
And her effort, I thought, up and down the court was really, really good the entire game.
Yeah.
And talk about how that translates and how that is contagious with the rest of the team.
Yeah, specifically with Whitney. Whitney's motor is great. She's a young kid, freshman. She's just struggled sometimes the speed of the game, offensively and defensively, but her motor is terrific. and a high IQ kid, and she's been a bright spot all year long just with that part of it. You know, Winter Beck gets a lot of attention because she scores a lot of points, but Lauren Lindsay is a great defensive player, has some nights where she shoots the ball well. But for us right now, we're looking for kids that just play hard constantly. That's kind of what's been our letdown, is spots in the game when we don't, we kind of get punched in the mouth a little bit, if you will, and we don't respond real well to that. And we allow the other team to kind of make a run at us without somebody just kind of stepping up. And the aspects you're talking about Whitney Brown, that's the stuff that we're trying to reach at and grab and highlight in our locker room and highlight in a day in, day out effort and practice to see that's what if we could bottle that up somehow and put that in a 32-minute basketball game, I mean, I think we can beat anybody in our league.
I've talked to Corey a little bit about to Corey Beck about Winter and about the capabilities that she has and the potential that she has. And Corey's tried to convince her, if you'll sprint down the floor, even when you don't have the ball, you'll get a couple of layups, and those are free points. And I thought tonight there were 2 or 3 fast breaks where she actually got layups where she didn't have the ball, and she got them because she hustled. How do you build on that? Do you take time in the locker room to show this is what this looks like on film?
Yeah. Winter is – I've had a lot of really good players here. There's Sasha Goforth, McDonald's All-American, Kariah Beck, Winter's first cousin, and there's a lot more that I've coached here in the 10, 11 years I've been here. Winter's probably the kid that can score, so many different ways. I don't know that if she gets bored. I'm not sure that's it, but she's not a consistent high motor kid, and that's what Corey's talking about. When Winter wants to, could be the best player on the floor any given night. And I'm not trying to be critical of my player because she knows this. I'm telling you the same thing I've told her, but we offensively we do as well as she does every night. I mean that's a reality, and we all know that it's reality. And when her motor is not high, offensively we struggle because she's the one kid that can score every single night. Lauren has nights where she's really great from the 3-point line. Jayla Johnson tonight was great on the offensive glass and drives the ball well. But Winter can make a 23-footer, but she can also go right by you and make a floater from 8, and then she can get to the rim and finish it. She can score on many different levels. So that's just kind of our inconsistency this year. And our deal is Gail Strigler and I, my staff, what we're trying to do is to try to show these kids that every single day, the effort, just build on top of effort. I think if we can win out and we play well, I think we could do something in the state tournament. I really do believe that.
And I thought I saw tonight some a little bit of relief from some players, and they saw a couple shots start going, and you could start seeing that stuff was kind of piling up on them, and Winter's shot looked better, so the other thing that I saw in this game was, I was talking to Pat about this during the game, that as a coach, sometimes you have Sasha and a couple of players, and you know what's going to happen.
Sure.
Sometimes you and Southside's coach tonight are out there trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And you're having to coach.
Yeah.
Like, really, when you get into a huddle, you're not thinking, how do I get this person the shot? It's, what can I do to get anyone anything?
Yeah.
And that's a challenge that's it's got to be a little fun though, right? To get back into just raw coaching.
Because I'm not. I don't know how anybody thinks of me as a coach, but I'm not a set play guy, and I have prided myself on just teaching kids how to play at a high intensity level, how to be aggressive with a basketball in their hands, and how to play hard, and then but we've had to coach every possession this year, offensively, trying to get the basketball in the hands of the kids we want to have the basketball in, and then on defensive end, it's just keep the ball out of the lane and block out because we're not very big, So you're right. That part has been because that part has been back to my teaching roots, if you will. And it's an everyday thing. And Coach Strigler and I have we just grind out film, just trying to find any little edge we can find to help these kids win a basketball
Well, it's
game.
like Coach Monty Williams said last year, a couple years ago during the playoffs. Everything good's on the other side of hard.
Absolutely.
Same thing goes for you as a coach, right?
That's no doubt. And I've been so blessed, with the success. I was at Shiloh Christian for him. We had some great players, won some championships. In Fayetteville, girls basketball was great before I got here. It'll be, whenever it is I leave, they'll be great after me. So years like this where you do have to grind things out, just kind of reminds you what it is to have to kind of get down and find the one thing here or there for each kid and help them be successful. And at the same time, not putting so much pressure on them. And you said that Morgan Gaines made that first 3 ball from the corner. It's like our team went, and that's probably from me too. Because it's been a hard. I'll tell you, it's a hard week, man. You lose 4 in a row, you get friggin' snow, and you can't come play, and you're sitting at the house. So that's probably pressure for me too. Just I want to win. I know the kids want to win, and there needs to be some balance in there too to help the kids relax and just hoop.
Well, good game tonight. That everybody got to. I think everybody that played.
Yeah, we had 10 kids available. We got 4 kids that are out with injury right now. Legit, not COVID, legit injury.
So everybody who dressed, I think, got a bucket or a point at least.
Yeah.
Good effort by everybody. Blocking out was considerably better.
Yeah.
We didn't get killed on the offensive board for the first time in a few games.
This group's just not very big. That's got to be an every possession thing.
Yeah, that's what I was talking to Pat saying. When the other team's bigger, if you just standing around and hope it comes to you, you probably end up on the wrong side of the tally.
You're right.
Hey, congratulations, good win, big game coming up.
Yeah.
How do you build on this and let them feel this confidence going into the next game? Look, they got to know they're one shot away from beating them already.
Yeah, there's no doubt that our kids and our staff feel like we can win the game Friday. That's not a question. It's just kind of what you said. It's that there's been so many things happen that haven't been in our favor. The kids kind of look around waiting on that to happen instead of just hooping. And I'm hoping one day of prep tomorrow may be the best thing. I honestly, because I could screw this up in 2 days. Just having one day, I can't do a whole lot of damage. Hopefully, I can just keep it light, get them ready to play, make sure their legs are fresh, and let them go to work Friday.
Well, Coach, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
We're going to be joined next by Coach Stamps and by the player of the game from the men's game or boys' game, whatever they are. I don't know, halfway between there, almost men, young men. Is that what we're going to call them?
Landon Glasper can fill it up.
Landon Glasper's a man.
He can fill it up.
So we're going to talk to Landon a little bit. And, Coach, thanks for joining us, and good luck Friday.
You guys do a great job. Appreciate you.
Hey guys, this is Pat Jenkins of On the Hill Media and voice of Fayetteville High Bulldogs Athletics. Make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's On the Hill Media. Make sure you hit the bell for all notification. As we say, let's get it.
Lindsay & Associates started in 1973. This is our 48th year in real estate in Northwest Arkansas. We have 2 locations, one in Fayetteville and one in Rogers. And we are here to serve the people of our community. And as my dad always said, at Lindsay & Associates, we bring great neighbors together.
All right, we're back at Bulldog Arena with On the Hill Media. I'm Derek Yoakley. I'm joined by the player of the game from the men's game. Big win, closer than we expected, but a great performance by Landon Glasper. Landon, 7 minutes to go in the first half. You're 0 for 5 from 3 and scoreless. Do you have any doubts about how this game is going to finish out for you personally at that point?
No, sir. No, sir, not at all. No, sir, not at all. I was told, I feel like every shooter feel like they should shoot. Don't never stop shooting because you can hurt your team by stop shooting. But you can also hurt your team by taking bad shots. So I was just trying to take better shots and shoot it like I know I can.
Yeah, it seemed like the first shot that you got was on a pass from Haney that let you step into it and get your rhythm instead of having to create the 3. You're good at creating the 3, but when it's not going, how important is it for someone to help set you up for one where you can just, like you're going through a drill?
It's very important, and I feel like we got the guys to do it too. And they want to get me going too. They want me to stay cold on the court. So I think it's very important, and they do it real good.
So you finished with 28. I predicted that you would you were 0 for 5. I said, I'll bet you that Landon believes in his mind he's 5 for 5. That's how you approach the game, right?
Yes, sir.
I feel like whatever happened in the past was good or it didn't happen.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Let's talk about it seemed like there were some animated huddles in there where Coach Bradford and Coach Stamps were alternatively disappointed in the defensive effort from the team.
Yes, sir.
Was that something that caught you by surprise? Was it something you can feel early in the day as you go through shoot around? Can you kind of feel the pulse of the team, or is it just the way the game goes?
Well, I think it caught me by surprise, but when Coach got on to us, I knew it was coming because we had just let them score like 10 points in a row with a team that shouldn't be scoring that much on us. So I knew it was coming. I knew they were going to call a timeout and get on us for sure.
So talk a little bit about the confidence that having a guy in the paint like Ornette, who obviously can shoot the 3, doesn't have to be a 5, but when you know, hey, I can go down there, and he put up 16 points in pretty efficient style all around the basket. He didn't hit but one outside shot today.
Yes, sir.
As a guard, how does that affect you and how you approach the game? What kind of a luxury is that to have?
I like it because it take a lot of pressure off me because he's a great scorer also. So when he gets to going, they got to start worrying about both of us, and it's really hard to do that. So I'm glad we got a player like that.
All right, big game coming up Friday night. The last time, 2 or 3 times ago, we were talking at Rogers Heritage, and we had just played a team that we probably should have run out of the gym. We were up really big in the first quarter.
Yes, sir.
And we let them stay in the game till the very end. This feels a whole lot like that.
Yeah, it do.
You guys followed that up with a dub against Bentonville.
Yes, sir.
How do you repeat that and to use the lessons that you learned last time to get yourselves right for this Bentonville game?
Just stay focused and come out hard, come out very aggressive, and we'll get the dub, I feel like, tomorrow.
Did you get to watch the Arkansas game last night?
Yes, sir. I got to watch the court, too.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah,
very
nice. Incredible. Yes, sir.
Hey, this is not an interview about them, but when you watch the way that they defend and the way that they make Auburn's guards work for everything,
yes, sir.
Do you process that and think about that and think, I'm going to apply that to how I'm guarding people, and think, when I watch games when I was younger, I would say, well, Todd Day shoots like this, so I'm going to shoot like this, and I would kind of fashion my game.
Yes,
when
sir.
you see a game like that, what do you take from it?
I take a lot from it. I try to take everything from it because that's the next level, and that's where I want to go. So if I see them doing something, I want to do it just like them or even better. So I try to take that to my game. Yes, sir.
Well, they needed a lot of Glasper tonight. We was hoping it wouldn't be like that, but as per usual, you came through in the clutch. Congratulations. Good win. Get rested up.
Yes, sir.
And Friday night, be ready to bring it.
Yes, sir.
Make every shot contested. Defend everything. Nothing easy.
Yeah, I got you.
All right. We're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we'll be talking to Coach Brad Stamps. You're on the Hill Media.
Hey guys, this is Pat Jenkins of On the Hill Media and voice of Fayetteville High Bulldogs Athletics. Make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's On the Hill Media. Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications. As we say, let's get it.
I am Darren Storms with Storms Orthodontics. Here at Storms Orthodontics, we're proud to be able to sponsor the Fayetteville Bulldogs for this upcoming season. We wish you guys the best of luck. Have a safe and happy and healthy football season. Go Dogs. Good luck, boys.
Perfect. Lindsay & Associates started in 1973. This is our 48th year in real estate in Northwest Arkansas. We have 2 locations, one in Fayetteville and one in Rogers. And we are here to serve the people of our community. And as my dad always said, at Lindsay & Associates, we bring great neighbors together.
All right, we're back at Bulldog Arena. We've got with us winning head coach tonight, Coach Brad Stamps. Probably a little bit more stress than he would wanted in that game. Let's talk a bit about this. Let's take a little trip in the Wayback Machine. Let's get our DeLorean with the flux capacitor in it and take a little trip back in time and talk about the last time we sat together, talking about Bentonville coming up and having a game where you run away in the first quarter and look like you're going to get the mercy rule going, and then the same exact thing happens.
Yeah, you know, Derek, at the end of the night, we just talked about that with our group, that the second time of the rotation, you're going to get every team, especially when you're leading, you're going to get every team's best shot. They're not going to quit. I've known Coach Adams, Stuart Adams, for a long time, and his kids aren't going to quit on him. You know, and records don't matter. Like, the records are irrelevant. They really are, because it's about kids competing for 32 minutes.
That's right.
And, you know, we did jump out early. Kind of felt like we just, for whatever reason, Derek, we just weren't ourselves defensively. We were flat-footed a lot of times. We missed rotations several times. The frustrating part for us is, you know, we talked about at halftime, we can get this where we want to get it with defensive stops, and they scored 12 out of the first 13 possessions of the third quarter, and that's unacceptable. And, you know, that's not who we are, and that's something that we got to watch film, we got to fix. But at the end of the day, Derek, when you know, regardless of what went on during that 32 minutes, you leave the arena 9-0, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah, if I look for some positive takeaways of this, their two guards are really good.
Yeah.
And Pullum and Hall, I believe, and those guys got going. They're talented. They're elevating and shooting it up high. That's a good thing to experience and to come away with a win. It wasn't like, you know, you were playing against a team that didn't have some talent. Those guys, you know, and Dimitri's a big kid. He's tough around the basket. He creates some matchup issues. I think you got an opportunity to build on. We took somebody's best shot.
Yeah.
It's not oh my gosh, this was woe is me, we should have blown them out. They played well. They hit a bunch of shots, and the guys that can play did what they can do, and you survived it. So that's not a question, I guess, but I just, you know, going away from it, I hear you. That you can't. You're 9-0, and you took somebody's roundhouse, and you survived it, and you're going to get another one tomorrow. You know, the night after tomorrow.
Yep.
And so, is this we're done talking about this? It's over now. Let's go get a good practice in and get ready for Bentonville.
Yeah, it has to be. You know, win or lose. If we would have won or lost tonight, it was the same message that you eliminated another game on your schedule. You've got one coming up Friday that's big. You're playing the defending regular season conference champs on their home floor. We beat them the first time. We have to be really good Friday night for 32 minutes to walk away 10-0, and that's our goal, is to get there, take care of business, and get to 10-0.
Let's talk real quick about the basketball game that happened up the hill or down the hill or across the hill last night. You guys had a game that was scheduled, and things were, because of logistics, it made it impossible for you guys to have your game, and as a result, guys like Jaden Haney and Landon Glasper get to go to that basketball game and get to watch that atmosphere and get to watch the type of defense that's played. Talk about the sort of benefits of having what's happening there right across the street and having your kids be able to learn from that stuff and be able to sort of be coached by osmosis even when you're not around them, just to get to see that kind of thing.
Yeah, Pat and I talked about it pregame today or tonight, was when Arkansas is rolling and, you know, the crowd and the community and everybody is on fire for basketball, it trickles down. It trickles all the way down to the high school, where everybody's hungry for that, and they want to come out and they want to support and they want to see that. It was special last night in the arena, you know, to see a group of guys that get that experience, to experience something like that. It's a memory that they'll never forget. Fans will never forget. If they were in the arena last night, they'll never forget that experience. And that's what we try to tell our guys and preach to our guys every day, that, you know, the experiences that you get to have with the round ball man, they're unreal, and you never forget them, and they stay with you, and you're going to talk about them. And so, you know, for us, a lot of our guys were at the game last night. They talked about it today, and we talked about, you know, things that are coming up on our schedule. That you're going to have some pretty good environments, and it's going to be really neat to see those guys experience some of that.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things you never forget about basketball. I mean, just last night, I had an opportunity to have a free throw competition with one of my best friends.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'll ever forget it was sort of a bloodletting. But talk about what those type of memories mean to you.
Well, that particular memory, it's kind of sketchy. It's so far ago, that I don't really remember that. But there are great memories in this game. And to be honest, at the end of the day, win or lose that free throw shooting competition, it was two dudes who love the game, that love each other, that got in here with the lights on and nobody else in the arena and got to experience something before we went home and got to bed. And that was pretty special.
Yeah, absolutely. I tell my kids all the time, play basketball as long as you can. Yeah. The friendships you make in there and the bonding moments that you have, win or lose, you never forget those. And so, anyway, hey, congratulations. Every win's a good win. Big game coming up day after tomorrow. Get yourself some rest. Turn all your lights off. Turn your TV off. Get yourself in a zen. No screens. Get some sleep. You got me?
I got you, brother.
All right.
Got you.
Hey, congratulations.
Thanks, brother.
We're here at Bulldog Arena. We're going to let you guys go as soon as Pat jumps on. I think he's got a final 3 words or so he likes to leave us with. We're going to put a bow on it, Pat says.
Well, Derek, tonight Fayetteville just did just enough as they win it 67-60. What will be your final takes of tonight's ball game?
You know, I started the interview process and started the end of this game sort of looking at this from a negative perspective. But after talking to the players and talking to Coach, what you saw out there was Southside's got guys that are going to try to play. And Coach Stamps made a great point. And your record doesn't matter. Your record doesn't suit up. The record isn't out there when they tip the ball. It's 5 dudes trying to guard each other. And when when you take the other team's best punch and the other team's got guys that are good basketball players, it's going to be tough. Fayetteville survived that best punch. I feel good about it, and I think that the coaching staff instills that sort of positivity in their players. I don't think this is going to have any negative impact on what happens Friday night at Bentonville.
Landon Glasper, the senior. Derek, that last stretch, last 3 or 4 minutes, I believe the young man had their final 16 points to finish with 28. 9 straight conference games. This man has had 22 plus. I mean, is there another candidate for Player of the Year as we get closer and closer to the end of this thing?
You know, if they continue to win games, it'd be really difficult to vote for somebody else. He is a winner. There's Gaines and Haney and Simpson, and there's a bunch of characters who contributed to this. This isn't a one-man show, but it is a show.
Absolutely.
And Landon is. He's really, really tough. I talked to a lot of basketball heads around the state that talk about, I want Nick Smith and I want, Khalil Ware and all these guys. And, hey, those are great players. But if it came down to a shot that I needed to make late in the game, and I wouldn't be sad if it was Landon taking it on my behalf. He's just something special, and he's a good leader, and his teammates love him. When he gets going, they like it. This isn't a deal where anybody's jealous of anybody on this team. Great culture, but, man, Glasper's something else, and tonight was a great example of that. We talked about it. 7 minutes left in the first half. He was scoreless.
Yes.
We predicted he would make his next shot.
Which he did.
And then he finished with 28. You know, he's just he's
Mm.
gasoline.
Yes. Friday night, this basketball team goes to Bentonville. They'll come in at 17-4, 9-0 in the league. If this team can get by the Bentonville Tigers, is there anyone in the roadblock that can keep this team from being undefeated, in your opinion?
Well, I think what you saw in this tonight is in this conference, there's guys that can get going. Springdale's got a couple of guards that are similar to this.
Who, by the way, Springdale was beaten by Rogers tonight.
Yeah, well, Springdale is some nights going to look like a team you're going to run out of the gym, and some nights those young kids they don't know enough to be scared
right.
or to be intimidated. They just go out and think we're just supposed to get buckets. You think about this young kid that showed up for Southside tonight. He was their best scorer.
Absolutely.
For most of the game. I've never seen that kid.
He
was clearly a ninth grader. He's not on the roster. He didn't know enough to be scared. Well, that's the way. So. Look, it's not going to be a waltz to get through this conference. If they manage to get through it undefeated, they deserve whatever banner they put up in here. It's a tough conference. These schools are all good-sized schools. There's kids that can hoop at every one of them. You're glad West is behind you for both of those games. You don't have to go with them. West is a tough matchup.
Right.
If you get past Bentonville, you're in a good position, but I wouldn't be counting any chickens.
Well, that's going to wrap it up here from Bulldog Gymnasium, better known as the Dog Pound, on the campus of Fayetteville High School in Fayetteville, Arkansas. I want to give a shout-out to our sponsors, Lindsay & Associates, with an office location in Fayetteville, and office location also, too, in Rogers, and Storms Orthodontics, with locations in Fayetteville, Springdale, and Siloam Springs. For my color analyst, Derek Yoakley, my producer, Demetrius Johnson, and myself, it's been a great night here. The Bulldogs win it with the final score of 67-60 to go to 17-4, 9-0 in the league now. We'll be set up for Friday as the Bulldogs travel to Bentonville to take on the Bentonville Tigers in another 6A West big-time matchup. The girls pregame at 5:30, followed by tip at 6. We'll go immediately into the boys' pregame show following the girls and tip off at 7:30. For myself, hey, you guys know what this is. You've been watching Bulldog Basketball on the Hill Media TV. Good night, everybody, and my final words, let's get it. Y'all take care.